crowned champion. Here are some tips I would recommend to put yourself in the best position to win. First, use cards you're comfortable with. If a card's rating isn't the highest in your collection, but you have their jumper and dribble moves down, don't be afraid to give them playing time. Second, you want to have a good strategy in place. Which cards can get you a big-time bucket? Which cards can pressure opponents?
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K. DH.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
It's tipped. Porzingis with the steal. Powell inside. Anthony on him. The offensive rebound. Out to Porzingis. Fades back. Misses off the left iron. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. McCollum, no good.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM. Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Anthony. Nice D from Porzingis. Nurkic against Powell. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Powell against McCollum. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it. Already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now here's Lillard.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
16 feet away. The putback. Here's Powell. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. On the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Seth Curry in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Whiteside's checked in for Portland.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Curry outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's McCollum. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Wright. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Rodney Hood's checked in for C.J. McCollum. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. And Collins has got the ball here for Portland. Here's Whiteside. Poked loose and stolen by Wright. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Cauley-Stein. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Taking contact on the way up. Cauley-Stein going through it that time.
Hood deciding where to go with it. A three ball. Sinks the three-pointer.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Down low. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Well, Cauley-Stein positioned himself early and then found the reward there as he collected the ball and threw it through.
Here's Trent. Brunson covering. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Brunson. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Right side against Wright. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Nasir Little picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Wright nails both of them. Portland leading by 6. Right side Hood.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Curry uses the glass to finish the layup. Curry's got 5.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And the pass to Trent. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Portland, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Mavericks trail by 5. Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Back to Brunson. To the paint. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. It'll count. He can't get that one to fall. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Portland up. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Seth Curry. Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley-Stein, and it's Kleba in at power forward. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment. But the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then. But I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Here's Nurkic, and he banks in the layup.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Kleba, the pass to Brunson. No good on the shot. Trailblazers leading by 7 to the right side. Lillard outside. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, powering through on the dribble drive, Lillard has the body control to take that hit and still score the basketball.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's Kleba following the score by Damian Lillard. Stolen by Collins. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Little gets the bucket.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Powell down low. He's guarded by Nurkic. Powell, that's good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
He's just such a dynamite scorer, and for 82 games of a regular season, Lillard's in attack mode.
Kleba kicks to right. 1:49 left in the second quarter. Nurkic with the steal. Here we go, all alone. And it's Little finishing it off.
Nurkic using those active hands and just kick-starting the offense in the fast break.
Kleba finds Wright. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. Basket counts. Little's got 6 here in this quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Brunson the pass to Kleba. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Zinkas, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Wright. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic gets it to go.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Lillard attacking. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Lillard's got 17 now.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Seth Curry in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Curry with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. The 3 for Doncic. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Curry. Here's Cauley Stein, and it is good at the buzzer. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 17 points, 3 of... Thanks for joining.
just want to feck us. Take my boys to Mecca. Oh my blessing. With my dogs.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And it's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's Finney Smith, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Powell, and the layup's good off the glass.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in. Basket good. 21 points for Lillard.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Doncic against Lillard. And there it is for him. Doncic has got 6.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Whiteside finds Lillard.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Whiteside. McCollum passes to Whiteside. Kicks it out to Ariza. Lillard with it. He's picked up. Oh,
Too much at that.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
And the basket by McCollum. Greg, I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that may be going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Curry subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Portland with a change here, too. Trent's checked in. Anthony finds McCollum. Here's Trent, guarded by Doncic. Trent can't hit. Mavericks trail by 19. Curry passes to Porzingis, taken away by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Yep, that one goes. McCollum's got 13.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Mavericks making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. Rodney Hood subbed in for Trevor Ariza.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
A new 14 for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein. And it's good for 2. 8 points for him.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Pass to Trent. Back to McCollum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Anthony, and he lays it straight in. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
McCollum outside. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Cauley Stein. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Cauley Stein's got 10 points.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Curry's got the ball. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the shot goes down. Cauley Stein's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Outside for Curry. Now the pass to Doncic. Shoots from the line.
Well, Rodney Hood, just like glue, sticking to his man there, working really hard to make a difference on that possession.
And so it's Damian Lillard. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slot. Doncic out there with Curry, and it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Heads up play by Rodney Hood.
Mavericks trailed by 19. The drive by Doncic. Rebounded by Hood. The Trailblazers shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there, gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
And stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Doncic. Another shot. Cauley Stein kicks to Doncic. Dallas again missing. Portland leading by 23. Moving it up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
To halt the run and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
First one falls for him. Greg, we see defenses continually adjusting. Analytics favoring threes and dunks. Which teams do you think are toughest to score on at the rim?
You know, it's funny that you think defense in today's era, but if you look at the two teams that were the best in their respective conferences last season, they're the two teams I think protect the rim the best. Milwaukee with Giannis and the Lopez crew, and then obviously AD and LA with the Lakers. Those teams have the versatility on their front line to be able to defend the three and also protect the rim.
I think you've nailed it. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. And Down it goes, jamming that one home.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Well, all night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
For Dallas, they've gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. Jackson passes to Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Lillard outside. Fires for 3. Traps in the tray. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on display that time from Damian.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Stolen by Jackson. Fast break, Dallas. Jackson's got the ball. Bucket is good.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And Lillard gets double teamed. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's Portland now. Hood dishes to Lillard. Count it. Lillard's got 32 points.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Jackson kicks to right and stolen by Hood. Nurkic against Marjanovic. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Trailblazers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Mavericks making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Outside Hood. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Offline with his 3. The Blazers on offense. To the middle. Whiteside with it. Out defended by Cauley Stein. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Brunson. From past the arc. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Shoots the 3. Can't hit that one. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
two about the My Team Unlimited tournament is last year's winner, Joe Mara. Who could forget when he took home that enormous check? So we called him up to see what he's been up to since his big win and if he has any advice for any of you who are looking to take home this year's title.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the Clippers. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of DA It's All Yours.
Kevin, thanks very much. C.J. McCollum has talked about the bond between the city of Portland and the Blazers.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And the basket by McCollum.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
And that one's good. Beverley. Stolen by George. And George with the stuff.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
And the rejection by Zubats. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Chalk up 2 there. Beverley's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Zubats against Lillard.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Back to Ariza. Lillard against Zubats. Here's Anthony. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And Anthony drops them both. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest. He plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
Now here's Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. 6 to shoot. Now Anthony. It's hauled in by Zubats. To the inside. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And that one is good from Zubats.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now Leonard. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And then for the Clippers, Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Harrell with it. Lillard picks him up. Here's Leonard, and it's blocked by Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside won't allow that. They have to work way harder to outplay a blocker with his talent.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Zach Collins checked in for Anthony. Little comes in for Trevor Ariza. Rodney Hood subbed in for Lillard.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Down low. Shamet trying to break loose. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Jackson.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
That bucket in no time at all. Trent's got his second basket.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Left side, Hood, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And a 6'8" Hood has great size. He's a tall guard who's talented at scoring from there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Hood. 35 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Harrell. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's now 6 points for Montrezl Harrell.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Hood against Harrell. Hood gets the bucket.
Hard to shake Hood's focus. When he's determined, he accepts whatever the defense throws at him.
There's 10 seconds left in the first. They grab their own miss. Here's Harrell. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
It's a very aggressive defense to prevent the easy layup.
The Trailblazers have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That free throw, no good.
Yeah, and that's what you like about Whiteside. I mean, the rim protection, the rebounding, the intimidation factor. I mean, still developing as an offensive player, making strides, but not there yet.
And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're leading. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him. And before the...
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast?
Oh, wow.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Collins. Isa comes in for Little. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Rodney Hood. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for JaMychal Green. Leonard, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. And oh, here we go with Leonard, nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
McCollum against Zubac.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The Clippers have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. First free throw is good.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Pass to Nurkic. Shot to stop the run. It doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Stolen by McCollum. 4-on-3 break. That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Los Angeles leading by 17. And George with the stuff.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Lillard. They get it again. Kicks it out to McCollum. Stolen by George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And he gets the bucket. Beverly's got 12 in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well. His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And he makes good on the layup. George has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Ariza passes to Lillard. Back to Ariza. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pass to Anthony. Nurkic with it. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Portland, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. And the technical free throw is good.
And one thing you talk about with Lillard, great at all times, but absolutely lethal in the clutch.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
A scoreless quarter for him. I mean, you can see by his body language he's getting discouraged.
Shamet, and the rejection by Collins. And now Portland on the break. Collins is running. Knocked loose. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's Collins. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper. He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And he really... And that does it for our...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. And there's the pass to Lillard.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Offensive rebound. Morris outside. From deep, George. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Here's McCollum. Banked in off the glass. McCollum's got 6 points in the quarter.
McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
And Trevor Ariza, a different player now than he once was, but during his prime, he was as athletic as anybody on the floor.
You can say that again, GA. And he's done a good job adjusting his game as he's grown older. He went from mostly a slasher to a 3-and-D player. I mean, it's allowed him to have a lengthy career.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Little comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Hood subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Los Angeles, Green, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley.
Yeah, if you're Whiteside, that's how you do it. You come out, you bust your tail, you compete at a high level.
Here's Leonard, and Whiteside sends it back. And they get it back. And the Clippers miss again. The Trailblazers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And that one's good, Lillard.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
And here's George for 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Little can't hit. Clippers leading by 23. Here's George. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Ariza kicks to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
Jackson passes to Green. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Green's got his second bucket. And Whiteside's got the ball here for Portland. Lillard outside. Whiteside, it's good on the putback.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Hood can't get it to go.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
Oh, goodness. Did you see that? And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Out to the right wing. Here's Lillard, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to, but this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Harrell, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for George.
So savvy inside for a player of his size and tough. Williams will do whatever it takes.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
And they double up Jackson inside. Williams kicks to Harrell. Shamet the pass to Green. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. That shot missing. Good work defensively by Whiteside. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Shamet. Outside Williams. The three. No good on that one. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They've had active hands and have forced a... And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And for Portland, they're shooting 41% for the game. They've got McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Anthony. And it's Trent in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And stolen by Harrell.
Oh, great steal. Is there an aspect of this game they haven't controlled?
Passes to Trent. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. Floats it up there for Harrell. Stolen by McCollum. And even 3-on-3 break. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Whiteside. McCollum, no good. Clippers leading by 23. Beverley for 3. With the putback. Harrell on the follow.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Oh, sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
For Portland, they've gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Greg, which team do you think has the toughest offense to stop in the NBA?
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now, though, things are changing a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing with what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch of Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't sleep on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would lose a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
Yeah, I'm glad you included the 2 LA teams. And here's Anthony from the arc. Trailblazers keep it alive. Trent, and the rejection by Zubac. Anthony, the pass to Trent, stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Shamet, finished off the break.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
And stolen by Harrell. Outside Williams. No good from outside. Trailblazers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Portland again missing.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
When Beverly gets these shots inside, he's just remarkably efficient. He just has tremendous touch on these shots.
Shamet with the steal. Williams attacking. It's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Nobody near Williams. Back to Shamet from the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. McCollum, no good. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Trent can't hit. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, but they recover it. The three-pointer, no good. Williams has gotten just 4 of his 10 shots to fall here, shooting 40%.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
The one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition. And when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for George.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And here's McCollum for 3. Here's Nurkic. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there. Staying active on the glass at both ends, converting to second chances.
Here's Magruder. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd, David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
in my crown for sure.
Now, for everybody out there, you were a part of Pacers gaming. What was the season like with all the circumstances? And what did you learn from this season as a professional player?
It was a pretty tough season. I mean, nobody expected us to be playing from apartments, from our houses, online, you know, where there's problem with the internet or safety precautions, everything.
The Dallas Mavericks arriving at the building earlier today. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
George with the bucket.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
The 3 for Doncic. Rebound by the Clippers.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Beverly. On the wing, George. Pass to Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And where Finney Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation. Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that. But what an athlete this Porzingis kid is, man. I tell you, put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
And the Mavericks with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Doncic outside. Back to Porzingis. Beyond the arc. But they'll get another chance. Out to Doncic. Off target from outside.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Leonard inside. He's against Porzingis, and Leonard gets it to go.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. That's good from Williams, the assist by Jackson.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. A 12-point game. Count the basket. Williams has got 6.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Now here's Brunson. It's good from long range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Jackson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Cauley Stein. No points in the game yet for him. And Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Right, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Jackson up top, Brunson covering, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
Defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Here's Shamet. Got a hand on it. And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Harrell is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Jackson. And it's Williams at the 2-guard spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. That's tipped. Wright looking around. Shoots from the elbow. The putback. Curry on the follow.
Hey, I like and respect the hustle of Curry that time. Doing some work on the offensive glass.
Here's Williams. Got a piece of it. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. And here is Williams. 6 points for him. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Well, it's hard to know what Seth's going to do when he pulls up this close. He's excellent at making the defense uncomfortable.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for DeLon Wright. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Doncic with the steal.
Well, despite that possession, something that I've liked is they've been under control while getting out in this lead. They've kept those turnovers down.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Doncic right side. Outside Curry. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. And Dallas with a change here too. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Seth Curry.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Just befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
Here's Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
White is checked in for Dallas. And Beverly kicks to Zubac. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Luka Doncic.
And when George has the ball in a comfortable spot, he's looking to draw the foul, feeling that there's nobody that can stay with him.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleba's checked in.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Porzingis. That misses off the backboard.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it as long as you don't get teed up for it. He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Lob pass to Porzingis. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's George. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got 20 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Porzingis. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
So you can't allow Porzingis to get this positioning, guys. I mean, he's too big and skilled, and he showed it there.
Here's George. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. They get it back. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Here's George. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting historic comparison. Check for your money. And that's...
Detention at the school, 'cause I never
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Porzingis. That one goes. Count it. Porzingis has got the first points to start out the third quarter for Dallas.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instincts.
Here's George. Makes it off the glass. George has got 24. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Zubac finds Morris. On the wing, George. And the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. And then for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Seth Curry comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game. But as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
And the Clippers making a change here. Shamet's checked in. Brunson against Williams. Leonard with the steal. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
And Morris drops them both. Mavericks trailed by 19. Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Curry with the 3. Morris with the rebound. The Clippers shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Curry is inside. He's covered by Shamet, and they'll keep possession. Good work there as it goes. Cauley-Stein's got his first points in this one. Los Angeles leading by 17. Here's Harrell. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, DA.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
They get the rebound. Powell. The shot from the low post is good. Powell's got 6 points.
Dwight Powell really showing continuing confidence in his inside game, and I think he's only going to get better down there.
Morris controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 21.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's. Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Landry Shamet. The Mavericks have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
Yeah, you know, it's rare to see a 7-footer shoot well from the foul line, guys, but that's Porzingis for you.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson kicks to George. Lets it go with a three. The shot, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Here's Doncic. No good with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Count that one.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Cleveland with the bucket.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Here's Green. That's tipped. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And Wright kicks to Doncic. Drains it from beyond the arc. Doncic has got 9.
Nice floor awareness that time from Wright. Spots the gap and then finds the open man.
And so it's the Los Angeles. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got JaMychal Green. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
No good from Finney Smith. Clippers leading by 20. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 28 points for the game.
Boy, when George is this aggressive with his offense, it's a sight to behold when he gets rolling. Just get out of the way and let him have the marquee.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Beverly with the ball. On the wing, George. Kleba defending. The 10-footer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. George has got 4 this quarter. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
And it's Green with the jam.
Boy, we talked about, you know, George is athletic. He's long, and he's got really long arms, which helps him as a defender, and that allows him to clog up passing lanes and come up with steals, too.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in, and it's the Clippers' ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble. from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Then for the Mavericks, Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway is subbed in for Curry. And here's Doncic from the arc. Here's Los Angeles now. Big stretch here going 10-2. And George with the stuff.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And a miss there on the triple.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
Leonard, no luck. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. On the wing, Hardaway. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three.
When Hardaway Jr. is forcing the issue like that, it draws the defense's attention, and I like his aggressiveness as a scorer.
So both teams making some changes here. Good on the second free throw.
And a five-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And they double up Jackson. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And the rejection by Harrell. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. The Mavericks also with a sub. White's checked in, and it's denied. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The offensive rebound. The pass to Mann. The second chance effort. And the layup is good.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Los Angeles.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Clippers have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Pull-up jumper. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Clippers foul. Reggie Jackson. That's his first personal foul.
He misses the free throw.
J.J. Barea has speed to burn. I mean, he's shifty, he's quick. And because of that, he's extremely valuable as a decision maker and scorer. Great competitor. Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. Dallas on defense. Jackson from long range. That shot, no good. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark.
told us that if you won, the first thing that you'd put the prize money towards is family. So, what did you get the family? What'd you take care of the parents?
Just making sure my family has whatever they need.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in downtown Portland. D.A.
Well, guys, I'm very familiar with C.J. McCollum.
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas' starting lineup. Inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
He hits both from the stripe. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's McCollum. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. To the paint. Hardaway passes to Powell. Puts it up from 7. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Porzingis against McCollum. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
And he makes that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts are spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Keeps it alive. Rebound by Nurkic. For Portland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's McCollum. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Powell, that's good.
I tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
And they pick up 2.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
The shot's good.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Lillard attacking. Good on the bucket. Lillard's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Pass to Doncic. It's stolen by Ariza. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Up again. And the 2nd chance effort by McCollum.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Pass to Finney-Smith. Right side, Porzingis. Passes it to Finney-Smith. They get a hand on it. Portland leading, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. And the basket by Lillard.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Doncic with it. Here's Powell. Kicks to Doncic. Lays it up off the glass.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Porzingis against Anthony, and the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
Nobody near Lillard. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Porzingis can't hit. Portland leading by 4. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And the basket by Lillard.
Well, you know the unselfishness and professionalism Trevor Ariza gives you. If there's an open man, he'll find him.
Outside Hardaway. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, there's big-time athleticism when you're talking about Hardaway. Puts it on the deck and relentless move to the cup.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Greg, we know many guys.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Collins. He's out there with Little. Hood out there with Whiteside. And it's Trent in at point guard. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Here's Wright, down to 5 on the shot clock. And a miss there off the inbound. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for Portland. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's Dallas. It's Curry with the drive. And that one drops for him.
This guy's a really clever penetrator. You have to be aware of Seth Curry's craftiness on the drive.
Trent passes to Little. Here's Whiteside. Lays it up off the glass. Whiteside's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Little. The second effort. Whiteside, no good. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Mavericks trail by 6. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings to the table. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Ollie Stein in the post. He's covered by Whiteside. Now, Kleba. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Over Collins. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Hood down low. Here's Whiteside. Cauley Stein grabs the board. The Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
When you think of Seth Curry, you're thinking shooting, but there, what a pretty pass to find the open man.
There's the pass to Trent. Three-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Over to the left wing. Collins kicks to Hood. Stolen away. Kleba with it. Now guarded by Hood. Throws it up high. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Cauley Stein finds Wright. It's good. This game is all even. Wright's got his first basket.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Little. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. At the line for your Trailblazers. The first one falls. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Mavericks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Porzingis is doubled. Pass to Doncic. McCollum against Hardaway. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. Drops in the layup for 2. Powell's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
McCollum against Hardaway. And the basket by McCollum.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Porzingis passes to Powell. Doncic left side. The putback. It's good on the putback.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Lillard. Porzingis with the block. Here's Hardaway. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Ariza.
Well, it's a problem when Tim Hardaway Jr. decides to attack off the dribble drive.
It's his first trip to the line.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for a little. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Here's the lob to the hoop, and the dunk by Powell.
Outstanding timing from Powell. Rises up for the forceful alley-oop.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. Trailing by 2. Here is Lillard. Here's Nurkic. And that one is good. Nurkic has got 6.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greeting. And he doesn't get talked about that much, but Yusuf Nurkic, big part of and
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And then Lillard slams it in.
Yeah, and credit Ariza for just staying active and coming up with the steal on that one. He was on the prowl and ready to catch him napping.
On the wing, Hardaway. There's the dish to Powell. Nurkic with the block. Lillard against Hardaway. From 12 feet out. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Nurkic.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
2 points. That one goes.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be. Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
And McCollum with the block. The shot missing. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Cauley Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. And Curry subbed in for Hardaway. Lillard against Doncic. Count that bucket.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
Lillard left side. Doncic with the steal. And Curry with the clear path to the hoop. And Curry throws it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Lillard misses.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's Cauley Stein. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
A different look now for Portland. Collins checked in for Anthony. Little comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Hood subbed in for Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Whiteside kicks to Collins. Little passes to Whiteside. Rocket 6. And he banks in the layup. Whiteside's got his second basket of the game.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Mavs.
Here's Cauley Stein, and it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there to the inside. Here's Cauley Stein. Nails the baby hook. Cauley Stein's got 4 this quarter.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Collins. Curry wide open. No good on the triple. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. And Willie Cauley Stein gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Little. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway's checked in. And stolen by Whiteside. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
The Mavericks leading. Here's Kleba. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
McCollum against Kleba. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Good.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. McCollum outside, and at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. It's Dallas. They lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this way?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. They've got Anthony. Whiteside is out there with Nurkic. Then there's McCollum. And it's Trent in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. That one good for 2. Hardaway has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Mavs. And it's Whiteside off the drive, and the layup's good off the glass.
Oh, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
Here's Doncic, an easy 2 points on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Yep, that one goes.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
Curry on the wing. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Now, here's Kleba, guarded closely. A shot by Curry, no good. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's foul number 2 for him. Both teams will make substitutions. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got 4 assists in the game. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Right side, Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Oh. Ball's knocked loose. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic with the bucket.
Well, Luka Doncic right now cooking. This guy's got his rhythm, and he's making it hard on the defense.
Lillard against Porzingis. Back to McCollum. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. Kept alive. Here's Nurkic. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And the basket by McCollum.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
They get it back. And it's Doncic missing. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Anthony's checked in for Whiteside. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard from outside. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hardaway passes to Finney Smith.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Anthony finds Nurkic. Back to Anthony. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Porzingis against Anthony. Shot clock at 6. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
He has been taking and making big shots for a long time. Look at Doncic with the delivery.
Yeah, the defender all over.
At the line for your Trailblazers. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
I know Trevor Ariza has been a bit of a journeyman, but he is also a proven champion. On the defensive end, you know he's going to take pride in locking down his man. He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
The free throw is good from Doncic.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Teardrop shot. It counts.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Powell inside. Working on Nurkic. Here's Finney Smith. Ariza covering. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
How about the skills of Dwight Powell down low? Hard for the defense to match up with his length.
McCollum. Count it!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
The 3 for Doncic. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Lillard scanning the floor. Drains the three-pointer. And now a 7-point Portland lead.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And so it's Portland winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony.
I'm Brian, and I'm here to tell you what's happening in my team. Right now, it's time for the second Idols Series 1 release. And leading the way is the human highlight film.
The busy freeways of Los Angeles. Before we get
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1. Now, here's Zubac. On the wing, George, covered by Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up with it again. And it's George again missing.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, CJ, as soon as he gets a step on you, you're pretty much done. Aggressive right there in transition.
Here's Beverly. Anthony with the block.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down. The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out, hammers that one home.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Now George, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. That one goes. Count it.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Clippers. Here's Lillard. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, compact and strong Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Lillard outside. Up again, and the rejection by Zubac. Beverly with the ball. Ariza with the rebound. Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza excellent at noticing that his man was wide open.
Oh, wow!
Paul George demonstrating how elite he can be. It's a little tricky that time. I love it.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Passes it to Zubac. Here's George. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And George with the stuff.
Good chance to see Paul George Birch that time.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for George. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Trent's checked in.
Melo buries these kind of shots all the time. It seems like there's not a difficult shot in Melo's handbook.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's McCollum. Here's Nurkic. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Here's Beverly. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Williams, that's good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's McCollum. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Beverly.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
McCollum, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Just love to keep a sidetrack here of how many times these hustle and heart plays go Patrick Beverly's way.
Here's Nurkic. Portland again missing. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back to the action after this work.
I look to the times where things are going.
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Rodney Hood. Collins is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the point.
And Nasir Little, a player who fell on draft day, ended up with Portland. You know, he didn't do much as a rookie, but the potential is there.
For Nasir Little, it's going to come down to the defensive end of the floor. If he can get minutes out there and show that he's willing to get down in the stance, become a stopper, some of that offense is going to come along as a byproduct of playing with better offensive players.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Little. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Jackson. And the layup falls. Jackson's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Whiteside against Williams. Stolen by Collins. 4-on-3 break. Here's Whiteside. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And the pass to Harrell. The shot misses. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Little. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
Trailblazers trail by 8. And Lillard kicks to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Collins sees an opening, gets to the opening, and drives in.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard. This is his second trip to the free throw line. That's good from Jackson. Jackson hits both of them.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That'll be his second foul of the game. Leonard, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. So it's Portland now. 8-point game. Lillard, the basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
That's an attack mindset from Lillard. We know he loves the 3, but fully confident getting inside and has the ability to score there.
And that one is good from Zubac.
Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Lillard outside. Off target from 3-point range.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Whiteside sends it back.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league. It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And it's Shamet missing. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. Anthony comes in for Collins. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Little. And McCollum subbed in for Hood. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his 1st foul of the game. 1:22 left here in the second. Here's George. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And that one's good. Beverly's got 6.
Well, Patrick Beverly can do that in close, finds a way to get that one up, and you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
Lillard against George. Looking to end his cold spell. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Well, you got quicks, you got instincts, and you got aggression. Damian Lillard capable of taking over just about any time he wants.
And there's Paul George on the assist by Morris. 18 points for him.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
And the basket by Lillard.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Back to Morris. It's George on the wing. Banked in off the glass. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
It's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 22 points. That's all for now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And then George with the jam.
Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time, and a great play on the ball.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach. And they're passing the ball very crisply here. And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers, down by 12. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trail Blazers retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And George with the stuff.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Lillard left side. Looking to end the run. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 14. George, no good.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 12. Here's Lillard, drains the jumper to finish the break. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Great job there getting the defense to commit one way, and then Lillard has the body control to pull up the other. Nails the quick jump.
A nice shot by George.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
It's good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Leonard looking over the floor. Second shot opportunity. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Zubac kicks to George. And finally they hit one. George has got 11 in the second half.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Zubac.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Anthony. Little, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Rodney Hood subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Shot from 12. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Hood's got it back down to within single digits for Portland.
Both of these things start with H, Hood and hustle.
Green, the pass to Williams. Back to Green. Here's Harrell. Tries yet again. The shake. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Trent's checked in. Lillard looking around. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Misses the layup. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got 8 points.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line.
When you think about Hassan Whiteside's road to where he is now, a second-round pick, spent some time in the D-League, now the G-League, and it's great to see him turn his career around. You just wonder how hungry is he to maximize his talent in the years to come.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Lillard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. The free throw drops for Lillard. Clippers leading by 8. Outside Williams. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
Here's Lillard. Tips it up, and Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got 5 points in the quarter.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. Marcus Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. And a switch here also for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Hood. That one is no good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Portland, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Portland.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And Whiteside sends it back. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. And Lillard throws it down.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Trent in at shooting guard. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Hassan Whiteside. And that's an intentional foul for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Beverley. Outside Leonard. No good that time. Good D by McCollum.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Ariza with the bucket.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Harrell puts the move on, and Harrell slams it in.
I just feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
first free throw is good. A different look for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell, and it's Paul George in for Landry Shamet. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him. Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Poke loose. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
McCollum outside. This one for 3. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his first points of the game.
I mean, where is this stuff coming from Kawhi Leonard? What can't he do that time with the floater?
Here's McCollum. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And that was the right call. But when you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both. But when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Clippers leading by 4. Nurkic with the steal. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And the rejection by Zubac. Lob pass to George. The Clippers again turning it over. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Zubac. Leonard attacking, and he makes good on the layup.
Great dribble move there. Kawhi using refined ball handling skills to get wherever he needs to on the floor.
Here's Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old pump fake.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. So he gets them both. Here's McCollum. High post, Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. And Nurkic gets it to go. Clippers leading by 8. George passes to Leonard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Ariza.
He's one of the most uniquely built players in the NBA, and Kawhi Leonard draws contact often. I'm not sure he feels it, but he gets it.
Trailblazers trail by 10. From deep. And again, no good by the Clippers. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And Lillard gets it to go. Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. That shot is off.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
right side, George. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, the wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Leonard with the bucket.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Offensive rebound, Nurkic. And the shot goes in. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Beverly the pass to Leonard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Ariza.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
Leonard hits them both.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Uncovered. They get it back. Here's the three. That one, no good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. Even. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
Hey there, it's the 2K MC, and I'm here to tell you about the upcoming events in the neighborhood. You ready?
The Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge. We are...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Here's Finney-Smith. Hardaway from outside. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the rejection by Zubats. Count the basket. Now here is George. And it's good, 2 points.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now here's Powell. Tipped away. Now the Clippers moving it up. Goes up, and George with the stuff.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Powell. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Shamet. Brunson finds Kleber. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist from Williams.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Curry passes to Cauley-Stein. Here's Finney-Smith. And he drops it in from the low post.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
To the middle. A nice shot by George. George has got 14.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. A putback. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Shamet the pass to George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Dallas making a switch here. Lights checked in. Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Landry Shamet. Now here's Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Mavericks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Marcus Morris is checked in for George. Williams finds Harrell. It's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And he lobs it up toward the rim.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. They kick it out to Green. Jackson looking it over. Harrell trying to free himself up. And now, yep, this will be a gorgeous challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal fouls.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Cauley Stein. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Harrell down low. Brunson covering. Williams passes to Green. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And so Wright nails both of them. 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Jackson. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. What an amazing... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. White is out there with Doncic, and it's Powell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Outside Hardaway. The kick out to Wright. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James, I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Inside. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
On the wing, Hardaway. It's up a 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the paint. Morris finds Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to Morris. Knocks it loose. Here's Beverly. And there's the pass to Zubac. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Hardaway passes to Porzingis, and it's in there.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Here's Zubac. That shot off the mark. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. The game now all-time. Howell's got 6 points.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. The Clippers also making some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. Paul George comes in for Morris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
Capable of flat-out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters. You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Porzingis, and the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking, and he converts the layup. And now a 6-point Clipper lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Outside, Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Outside, George. Zubac trying to break loose. Goes back up. Outside for George. Fires from deep. Porzingis with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Out to Hardaway. Porzingis passes to Powell. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Beverly. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Finney-Smith. Beverly, the pass to Shamet. Back to Beverly. Outside for George. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Curry's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
The consummate team player, Paul George, is an excellent leader, and he's cool to let others lead also.
Wright, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Wright kicks to Brunson. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 20 seconds left to play here in the half. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Brunson the pass to Curry. Back to Brunson, and stolen by Harrell. And here we go. Fades and shoots. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And the first half is now in the book. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 22 points, 2 rebounds, and you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to... and that'll...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. And it's Morris in at the point guard. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Harrell, that's good.
He's a power player with great body control. Harrell easily fights through contact.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Back to Porzingis. The jump hook, no good there. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Oh, Leonard in position.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Leonard with the steal. Shamet with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Here's Leonard. Second chance shot. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Mavericks trailed by 10. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. The shot by Powell, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
George, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Powell dishes to Hardaway. 80 that time from Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 10. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Curry's checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Williams comes in for Landry Shamet. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. Curry passes to Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Mavericks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Clippers also making some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Kawhi Leonard.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Brunson kicks to Kleber. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Stein in the post. Jackson on him. Outside for Curry. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 9. The drive by Jackson. Got a hand on it. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Beverly. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Beverly's got 6.
You see the quickness of Beverly. Blinding speed in the inside.
Right. Count it. Good.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Stein against Williams. And it's right, sending it back. Here we go, one-on-one. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut to just 7 points in the basket from Curry.
That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
1:10 left in the third quarter. Kicks to right. And the basket is good. And now just a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Offensive rebound. Passes it to Beverly. To the inside. Here's Williams. Zubac's with it. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again. That one's not going to go. Stein with the defensive effort. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively. Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Back to Curry. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Curry's got his second basket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Jackson misses.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And the basket by Curry.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Green. Williams has got his first points in this one. Stein dishes to right. Here's Brunson. Cans it from downtown. Brunson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
In this half, a more entertaining one. The pace is picked up, tougher defense, better ball movement.
Some impressive scoring, and we still have 1 quarter to go. Who will gain the upper hand in the fourth? Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Maxi Kleba is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Seth Curry. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Pass to Finney Smith. Outside Curry. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Finney Smith. He's defended by Harrell.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Leonard the pass to Harrell. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harrell's strongest attribute offensively.
And it's good off the back rim and in.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Seth Curry. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. Here's Hardaway. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. George with the bucket. George has got 24 points.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Especially given the height disadvantage. I love the way he created space for his shot.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
And then George with the jam.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
They throw good, Paul George. Mavericks trail by 5. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And in a close game like this, everything has to be challenged. And everything has to be earned.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Out to Doncic. But he recovers it. To the left wing. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 5. Pass to George. Tries it from 9. Nice D from Doncic.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Shoots from the block. Goes back up. Porzingis. The putback. It's good on the putback.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Porzingis with the block. Outside Hardaway. Doncic outside. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. There's 1:38 left to play here in the 4th. Doncic passes to Powell. Chalk up 2 there. Now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
And that one's good, George.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Pass to Powell. Over Leonard. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers leading by 3. Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. 33 points for Paul George.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Outside Hardaway. .102 left in the game.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. And then George with the jam.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Curry's checked in for Hardaway. Both good from the line that time.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
It's good.
Patrick Beverley plays with a scorer's mentality. Takes the opportunity to step up.
A pass to Porzingis. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And George with the stuff.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Incredible Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Yeah, just good job there. Now that they've got this 2-possession lead, the goal is to make them use as much clock as possible and avoid fouling.
Yes, that goes in. George has got 41.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
The 3 for Doncic. Morris with the rebound. Off on that one. And so Los Angeles takes the win. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.